now again.
That's gonna haunt me.
Oh my
It's gonna
God.
haunt me for the rest of my life now. Oh goodness.
Oh, here we are.
What people don't see, I have to say this, is us in the other office. Libby on. Actually, no, you didn't today. It was me.
Yeah.
Quickly be on. Let's look human.
Let's look mildly human.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
So this morning I said to you, what I'm going to talk about. And you
Mhm.
said, don't know, don't want to think about it before we come in here. So
However,
I've been thinking about it.
I've got something in my mind and I didn't want to have preempted it.
Uh-oh.
So there's a question I want to ask, and it stems back from an earlier conversation. So one of the things you said previously was, I just wish in interviews somebody would ask me, how much fun have I had? Well, I would like to be the first person to do that and say to you, so tell me, Shalom,
Oh my God, you're an elephant. You never forget, right?
with this business situation that has had its trials and tribulations, how much fun have you had?
Thank you for asking me that, and thank you for remembering, because it's very, very true. When you get emails or phone calls, or you're on Zoom or even live interviews, and people are saying, the usual questions come up. What are the challenges you face as a startup, or one I get quite regularly is, as a female, as a black female, access to finance or difficulties and all that. So the usual stuff. So those questions always make me think about the negatives and what have been the obstacles. We focus so much on the obstacles, like we talked about the glass ceiling before, and things like that. And we don't get asked a question about how much fun we're having. And I was talking to my colleague Hannah on Monday, and I did ask, I said to her, warts and all the craziness, tearing her hair out, did you do anything different? And our answer was no. My answer was no, because I am having a blast. I am having so much fun. And fun to me equals happiness. Fun to me equals laughter. Fun to me is, I can't wait, I'm looking forward to it. I have a lot of fun in terms of what I do. And I think what makes me have fun and what makes me happy is seeing other people. I feed off energy, I feed off other people. Just last weekend we had a fashion show in Town Centre MK, and last Wednesday we did the Smile event for cancer patients and their caregivers in Harrods Beauty in Milton Keynes. Oh, I'm still buzzing from it. You know, the fact that, okay, so, you know, we've talked about purpose, impact, and profit. That's my mantra. I'm still a businesswoman. The profit is still very, very important. But the purpose and impact, you've talked to me about this, you said, I can't remember how you quite put it, drives all that comes first before the profit.
Yeah, the passion and the drive.
That's where the fun is.
Mhm.
The fun is in that purpose and impact piece, right? I just enjoy what we do. So I'll break it down for you. I've got EMQT. And EMQT, the business, is really set up to get pharmaceutical companies to run clinical trials in Africa, give African patients access to medicines, and train doctors, investigators to be able to run commercial clinical trials. Because, 95% of cancer patients in Africa, it's a death sentence, they're done. So there's things we should be doing. But when you see those baby steps, when you see the smile on people's faces, when you train, when you're doing that genuinely from your heart, and you're seeing the strides, baby steps that we're making and making an impact and difference, it's amazing.
Well, that's providing hope.
It is, exactly.
That's
hope.
like creating hope.
That's right. It's incredible. And then you think, okay, that's one business's side. You then look at, we built a share factory. We've got JE Oils in Gogolada and naturally tribal Nigerian Esan. It's a lot of Nigerians will call it wahala, headache. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of headache. anyone who's running a business in Africa from the UK with teams over there, all, props to them because it's quite hard. But then you talk to the teams, you see the impact you're doing, you're putting things on the map, you're raising awareness of certain things. It feels pretty damn cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun of it, warts and all. And then with skincare, the impact on cancer patients, the impact on people's skin conditions, the impact of this and that, and then the emails and texts and messages that we receive every day. Oh my God, it's fun. 1 minute I'm on stage, right? Talking, trying to look like I woke up like this. Next minute I'm driving a bus, shifting goods from our storage to where they should be, because we're still a small company. It's fun. It's fun. And roping in my brothers, who's gonna come and help me shift and lift and it's just fun. This is fun. This is amazing. Every Wednesday we meet up, we sit together, we chat, we try to get here before one another because one of us wants to be the one to buy the coffee or the tea. That's the fun. Do you know what I mean?
They're even involved in the cafe.
The cafe is involved. It's like, is she here yet? No, she's not here. Buy the coffee and tea. And one of the things that kind of makes me want to focus on the fun is because I'm over 50 years old.
Join the club.
In 30 years' time, am I going to be here? Great, if I am. If I'm not, I've lived an amazing life, right? And I'll be spoken about in the past tense.
Mm-hmm.
She was, she did. I'd have been gone by then. All these things that we talked about will then mean nothing. I won't even be aware of anything. So while I'm still here.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd want to reframe that with you, for
Okay.
you. And that is that it won't mean nothing. It will mean your legacy, because of what you've done,
Yes.
will mean something.
It will mean, I hope it will mean something. But what I mean by it will mean nothing is that, oh my God, all the headaches, everything, all the doom and gloom we put out there, at the end of the day, we're just here to live a life.
Mm-hmm.
And
enjoy it.
And enjoy it. And that's the piece we don't talk about enough.
Mm-hmm.
When you open LinkedIn, for instance, the challenges of this, the obstacles here, the this, the that. How do you deal with difficult communications? I've never seen anyone. How do you have fun?
Mm-hmm.
How do you enjoy yourself? How do you get fulfilled? How do you? It's always we haven't got this. We haven't. Our glass is always half empty. Is that how to put it? Yeah.
Yeah, except mine's half overflowing.
Yeah, well, I love that.
Yeah.
But if we genuinely think about what does happiness mean to you? So for some people, happiness equals wealth. Yeah, some people say, anybody who says money does not buy happiness doesn't know where to shop. Okay, if that rocks your world, fine. But for me, it's genuinely finding that thing that makes you happy in whatever journey that you're taking. And that's what I want us to be focusing on now, on the happy bits, happy bits.
And I think your point about the cafe, that's us making it fun, just to buy a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
And so my mantra has always been to A, find the fun, and B, if somebody says I can't, get rid of that whole tea thing and find a way to be able to do it. Now, my overplayed strength weakness, if you like, might be that sometimes I'm so intense on pushing to achieve that thing that I don't necessarily listen to this or this, and I'm so focused on that goal I might trip up.
Yeah.
Sometimes literally, as you know.
Literally.
But the other thing is to find that pair of scissors. That someone says there's red tape, it's find the scissors. And I think this is where you and I had this phenomenal alignment.
Connection.
Is that there's red tape. Oh right, you can't do that. Oh right, watch me, show me.
It's absolutely correct.
And that's a power, and it's a superpower
It's a
that we
superpower.
both have.
It's a superpower.
And
we
it's
both
great when-
share another superpower, connecting the dots.
Yes.
You do it more than me, actually, a lot better than me. Because all I have to do is mention something, and you're like, oh, so and so here is connected to that over there. I thought I was good, but you're bloody good. That's another superpower that we have.
That's that Minority Report brain. I said that I've got sometimes I
Where do
literally
you come up with all
like
these
all of
things?
this Minority Report brain, and that can be difficult to live with as well sometimes.
It is difficult to live with because, interesting, I was talking to my brother Edward this morning. We normally speak every morning, and about 6:30 this morning, I don't know why we're talking about this, but we both agreed that we're usually so upbeat and so positive, and let's go about everything, that even when we're in pain and suffering, people don't believe we're in pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the flip side to it. And I want to talk about fun and happiness, but there's also that piece. But it's about self-awareness and recognizing that and being able to deal with it and say, oh, well, it is who I am. You know, if you want to associate with me happy all the time and happy clappy, yeah, I'm that annoying person for sure.
Well, also that's the endorphin release. That, you know, if you do smile, you smile inside.
You
and
do.
That is a real thing.
And that's where making people happy and doing things that make other people happy, I just feed off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to you, maybe it's a selfish thing. I'm not doing good because I want to do good. I'm doing good because I want to feel good. Maybe.
It's a bit of both, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
there are those that we discussed before. There are those that kind of do it just constantly for their own recognition, which certainly isn't you. But there are, and it is that balance again. You know, we constantly
balance.
talk about
Back
balance.
to balance. Yeah. Back to balance.
I mentioned Jeff Olson previously in The Slight Edge, and in one of his chapters he gives a couple of stories, and there's one little story that he, and I think this relates to business, and it particularly relates quite nicely to butter. Thank you. To butter rather than shea butter. That there are two frogs that have leapt out of their swamp, and they've hopped into a bucket of cream. And the two frogs are swimming and swimming, but they can't get up the bucket. They just can't seem to lift up the bucket. So the cream is too low. So they're going, the two frogs, both the same size, both been through the same life, both spawned at the same time. And then one of the brothers, one brother says, I just can't do this anymore. It's no hope. There is no hope. I can't do it. Gives up, sinks to the bottom. The other brother continues, swimming in a circle, swimming in a circle, swimming in a circle. Still going in a circle, still going in a circle, but thinking, I've just got to keep going, I've just got to keep going. There is hope, there is hope, there is hope. And then gradually, the swimming and swimming and swimming has turned the cream to butter. It's now solid, and he's able to hop out. And we spoke the other week about that climbing. And when I after we had that, I thought, oh my gosh, I better bring up that fable that Jeff Olson wrote about, and especially with it being butter. So I thought it had a really good.
What struck me as you were telling about the butters, he was whipping.
Exactly.
And that's what we do with shea butter, right? You whip it, and then when it solidifies, it's quite. That's so cool.
So I think it's such a great business analogy of that you feel like you're going nowhere, but actually you are going somewhere.
It is back to that. Anytime I feel like giving up, I think about that image. We see it ever so often, and people tend to, at least I tend to see it when I need it for some reason. It's that guy who's been mining for gold, and he's just, you can see he's been mining for months, and we can see that he's this close, a few inches away from striking gold, and then he gives up. He's like, I'm done. And then someone else comes into the same mine and just tick strikes gold.
Yeah.
So it's that resilience, that tenacity, that keep going. I think the mistake the first guy made was chipping away at this thing, right? You're nearly there. It's horrible. It's the for me, it's the, oh my God, another day. Oh my God, another problem, another complaint, another this, another that. It's all those things you're chipping away at. But the fun element is missing from that. I think that's where we go wrong as businesses. We're chipping away when we're thinking about all the things wrong. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been doing it for 5 years. Oh my God, not this problem again. And we're chipping away. And we're so close to striking gold. And we say, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't be asked. I'm done. And then somebody else comes behind you and then does it for 2 weeks and boom. But you were almost there but didn't realize it. If we'd injected that fun element into that chipping, I don't care if it's music, you're chipping and you're rocking at the same time, you're chipping and rocking at the same time, you're chipping and rocking at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That fun, happy element, you keep going and you will strike the gold. What's missing for us in business today is fun and people coming to work, even if you don't own your own, if you're working for someone, coming to work and looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing your colleagues, looking forward to enjoying what you do, looking forward to that purpose, looking forward to that which you love. Even if the day is shitty and difficult, you keep going.
Yeah. And I think that's my absolute key driver. Is I find fun in absolutely everything I possibly can. And if I do, as you know, I'm hugely positive in every respect. If I feel any slight of waver, I walk away. Not walk away completely, I mean I walk away to take a breather. And
you
find
said
something
that to me
else.
Yesterday, do you remember?
Yes.
I rang you yesterday, I was in a complete and had this going on, that going on, this, and you said to me, stop over the phone.
Yeah.
Just honestly take 5 minutes. Just find something, music, meditate. Just because I don't meditate, I'm a bit like I'm everywhere.
It takes time.
It
takes time to
but
do
I
it.
just,
Can you imagine me?
It's my interpretation of meditation. I always think meditation I have to like I'm your engekyo and sit there, but it's just being still. It's just being still, and even just being aware of your breathing and just in and out. Just 5 minutes, just put your feet up for 5 minutes. And I did that and my head cleared and I was back in the game. You know, there's, what I've realized is that there's little things that we can do to change a situation, a mood, just like that.
It's a reframe, it's a reset.
Very quickly. And even as a parent, okay, got 10-year-old twins, and they hate waking up in the morning, right? And I'm a bit of a nutter as a mum anyway, but I don't want to get up either. I'm thinking, oh, I wish we'd all have a duvet day today, all of us, and just not move. But you get up, and either myself or their dad will go into their room. My husband does it more than me actually, and it gets me in a good mood. David will walk into the twins' room, open the door, turn the light on, open the curtains, and he'll burst into song. He'll go, I am alive and well. And I'm there listening. I burst out laughing, thinking, oh my God, well, I married him, so it's my fault. And the kids are like, oh God, no. But you're changing the mood of the house. Just will wake up and go, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. And his dad is still singing. Slowly he starts to laugh, and it just becomes, that's how we start the day. Just that act just changes everything.
That switch.
It's that switch, you know? Like
and the ability to have it, it's that knowing yourself well enough.
Self-awareness
is so important.
Yep, because I was thinking, you messaged me this morning saying, I'm on my way. And I was thinking, okay, she's on her way. It'll take her at least half an hour to get to me. It'll take me 10 minutes to get to the office. I'm getting there before her, which means I can get to the cafe before her. And I said to the lady, this is Wednesday. You know that lady, do you know her name? She still won't remember your name, but that's okay. She goes, the one that you're in paying competition with. Like, that's the one. And they know what we both have. I'm like, what does she like to eat for breakfast? She's like, I can't remember. I'm like, okay, let's just get the coffees. I've got it this time. And yeah, and you messaged me to say, you got
I'm picking
there.
up the coffee you bought for
yeah,
me.
Exactly. You know, so that sets the tone for today.